Hi, my name's Kate. I ride Humseat and Western, and I'm going to show you a few exercises for those of you with Equicizers that will help you in any discipline. The first thing we're going to do is a stretch to help you find your balance. You're going to stand straight up in your irons and put your arms out. You can hold that for a couple of seconds, and then swoop down into a 2-point position. After you're in your 2-point position, you can swoop back up, stand in your irons, and sit straight down. And then you're perfectly in center with your horse. You can do this again. Stand straight up, arms out, swoop down into your 2-point position, hold it, swoop back up, stand, and sit back down. Next we're going to drop our irons and do some upper body stretches. First one we're going to do is take our opposite hand and touch it to the opposite shoulder of the horse. So you're going to touch their shoulder, touch their back, touch their shoulder, touch their back. This opens up your chest and works your back muscles. You can switch hands into shoulder, butt, butt. Another exercise we can do to help open up our shoulders is touching the pole, touching the dock, touching the pole, touching the dock, and then switch, pole, dock, pole, dock. Next we're going to work our abs, our butt, our hips, and our legs. The first exercise we're going to do is the scissors. We're going to take your right leg in and put your left leg out. Then your left leg in and your right leg out. And when you do this, it puts the horse in a nice rhythm. This is really working your thighs and your legs and your abs. Another exercise you can do is the bicycle. And the bicycle really works the front of your thighs and your abs. Next we have the thigh stretch. Just take your legs and put them on the skirt of your seat and try to point them straight down to your iron. We're going to do you can do other stretches like touch your shoulder, touch your dock, touch your shoulder, touch your dock. And this is really working your abs and stretching out these muscles after the bicycle exercise. So you can switch your arms. You can really do any stretches when you do this. You can touch your pole, touch your dock, touch your pole, touch your dock. And those are a few exercises you can do. I'm going to show you some exercises you can do on your Equicizer at a walk. First we're going to start off with my swoop exercise. You're going to stand straight up in your iron, put your arms out, and balance. When you're comfortable, swoop back down into your 2-point position. Hold your 2-point, stand back up, straight and tall, and sit down in your saddle. Now you're in the center of your seat. When riding the Equicizer, you really have to push with your seat bone, because the horse isn't doing the work for you. But when you're on your horse, if you're all locked up and tight, you're taking away from your horse's movement. When I just release my abs, my horse moves so much better. And you can just see it in his head from when I go tight to when I loosen up and let him move. What I like to do to make sure that I'm letting my horse move is go from side to side. Right, left, right, left. And you don't have to do this as a big motion. You can do it very subtly. But if you're having troubles with it, it's a good idea to do it as a bigger motion. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. This exercise really works your butt muscles and your obliques. Make sure when you're driving your Equicizer or your horse that your shoulders are nice and straight, that you're not pushing with your shoulders, that your shoulders are relaxed but where they're supposed to be, and that your lower body is what's moving your horse. Then, once you get comfortable doing your driving exercises, you can turn and pivot and do other stretching exercises. Another exercise you can do is the scissors. You can drop your irons, go to your walk, and just get a nice rhythm going with your scissors. This is a good exercise for learning to keep your posture good while moving with your lower body along with your horse. And another exercise you can do is the pole dock exercise. You can reach up, touch your horse's pole, touch your horse's dock. And the important thing in this exercise is to keep your horse's rhythm. which can be difficult when you're moving around. That's it. Thank you. I'd like to demonstrate some posting exercises. You can do these with or without stirrups. Try challenging yourself and doing them without stirrups. The Equicizer doesn't necessarily have a 2-beat trot, but this exercise is extremely effective for working those muscles that are used in your posting trot and your sitting trot. Let me demonstrate. When you're posting, I like to imagine that when the head goes down that I'm on the correct diagonal. Try not to think about how high you post, but more that you have a smooth, continuous motion. Don't forget about your posture. Stretch down deep into your iron. This makes the workout much more effective for your legs, abs, back, and butt. If you'd like to try a more fun exercise, you can start your walk, move into a posting trot, go into a canter, and try your 2-point. Back to your canter, then your trot, and finally break it down to a walk. Here are some great exercises you can do on your Equicizer in the canter. When you push your Equicizer forward, you use your driving seat bone to really move through the horse and really push him forward. Some exercises you can do to help improve this are stretching from pole to dock, stretching shoulder to dock, and 2-pointing in your canter. The key to 2-pointing in the canter is to keep your heels down and really drive with the horse and keep your rhythm going. Another great exercise is taking the energy out of your horse, using the opposite of your driving seat muscles to slow the horse down and eventually halt him. This is very useful when you're working with your horse at home, especially if you have a horse that won't stop. Maybe it's your fault and not the horse's. On the Equicizer, you can see that when you drive your horse forward and you come to a halt, if you do it correctly, he slows down. The Equicizer isn't going to lie. So there are some things you can use to practice.